Hey everyone, and welcome to another one of our videos, one of the coaches at Unger Academy here. And this is our usual chat that we have on the weekends about our market trends for the week. But before we jump in, as always, I'd like to remind you to please subscribe to our channel. Go and click on the notification bell. And of course, hey, leave us a like to this video as well. Thanks so much.
Hi, we are the Unger Academy, and we teach traders how to make money in the markets. Our founder, Andrea Unger, had been struggling with trading for years until he developed his automated trading method, which he used to become the only 4-time world trading champion. Subscribe to our channel for free tips and tricks.
Okay, so this was a pretty short week for US equity markets due to the Thanksgiving holiday. And maybe that's why we weren't seeing any particular movements. So all in all, it was a quiet week, except for a couple of underlying assets. But let's start as usual with the US indexes. This chart shows the Nasdaq, which is up 0.8% right now. The mini S&P 500 is doing a little better, plus 1.4%. European stock markets are also performing well. So the stock indexes are all up this week, and bonds are also up. And bonds have been trending up for some time now against the trend that we've seen over the last 9 months. So let's see if this is it, and if we've finally hit the bottom. All right, let's go and take a look at the energy market now. Crude oil is in a slightly negative trend. Heating oil also negative, while gasoline is doing better. And natural gas, wow, it's going so much better. Look at that, plus 9% at the moment. In the precious metals market, on the other hand, there are no significant movements at the moment. And as far as the meat market is concerned, well, all in all, the movements here are also relatively small. A few things are moving instead in soft commodities, particularly orange juice, which is up by 3%. And coffee, which is up by 4.6%. Turning instead now to grains, there's no particular movement in sight. The futures that has moved the most is the bean oil futures, which is up by about 4% right now. However, on the currency front, we're seeing a general weakness in the US dollar. All the signs are green. And look at the euro dollar. It currently has a value of 1.0380. And finally, let's look at Bitcoin, which is up by 0.6% at the moment. And we all know the volatility factor of Bitcoin, so we can say that it's been standing still this week, and it's consolidating around this new level of 16,170. Finally, in terms of volatility, we're seeing a decrease in short-term volatility, while long-term volatility is still quite high for both the Nasdaq and the mini S&P 500. In contrast, the volatility of European stock markets is much lower over a 1-year time frame. Let's take a look at the volatility term structure. Again, we have a slight decrease in volatility. The term structure is in full contango. As for the VIX, it's near the lows of the last 6 months, so I'd say that all is pretty calm in the equity markets. The trader's outlook shows no signs of fear about the near future of the stock markets. Let's now move to the rollover calendar scheduled for next week. I can already tell you that there won't be any rollovers next week, but here I'm reporting the first ones after the end of next week. So we'll start with the European bond futures, namely Bund, BOBI and Schatz. And finally, in the same week, we also have the rollover on the US equity indexes, which is, as you know, roll over a few days in advance. All right. And with that, before we say goodbye, I want to leave you with some advice. If you're interested in systematic trading, I suggest that you go and have a look at the link in the description of this video, where you can go and view a free presentation by Andrea Unger, the only 4-time world trading champion in real money trading, who will show you his trading method called the Unger Method. In addition, you can also get our bestseller book, The Unger Method, covering only the shipping costs, or go and book a free strategy consultation with a member of our team. And guys, that is it for today. Please, just a reminder, subscribe to our channel. Go and click on that notification bell and leave us a like if you enjoyed this video. Thanks again, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye for now.